All new tonight, the town of Wethersfield is getting started on a big school redistricting plan. Community members came out tonight to get an update on the project. It comes after voters approved the $239 million plan last fall, which includes building a brand new Highcrest Elementary School, which is set to open in 2028. School leaders say they're partnering with an outside consultant to launch a big enrollment study.
So you kind of have to know and understand what the population is going to look like over the coming decade as you're planning and building for them. So you right-size the buildings, for the kids that are coming.
Charles Wright and Samuel Webb Elementary Schools will undergo major renovations.